Okay, guys. Well, thanks a lot for sticking around. After Tank Talk, hopefully that. Up next is Fulcrum Gaming. Right now, you're looking at the splash screen. Uh, Barroom, very nice splash screen there, Bar. Um,
Thank you, sir.
just a little bit, kind of a precursor to this about why we're doing this, Bar.
Well, the reason why we're doing this is basically just a dry run to go through and see how Sov13t and I kind of pair up as shoutcasters. It's the first time that I've actually done any sort of casting other than just streaming gameplay. I know Soviet does a lot of streaming gameplay for Fulcrum TV. We're looking to try and build this community a little bit bigger than what it is now, especially the esports. It's really kind of in its fledgling state in North America right now. So we're trying to just build it up and get more people interested in it. And I understand, people that play World of Tanks kind of know about the speed of the game and everything else. And so, we're trying to make it exciting. We're trying to make it so that everybody gets involved with it. And this is just the precursor to leading up to Soviet and I casting the latest challenge, the Berlin Challenge, which starts Monday. And we'll be following my team, which I'm not playing on tonight. We've got a couple subs. We're missing some people, but for Team Fusion, and of course, everyone knows and loves the #1 team in North America, Fulcrum Gaming. So we're going to put Team Fusion tonight in a scrim up against Fulcrum Gaming.
Matchup, and here we go. We're going to switch to our little briefing room here. So you see me and Ed Barroom Leonard here. Of course, we also got the map in the middle. The first match is going to be and south. We'll see in a second. But let's talk about the map real quick. We have kind of a Himmelsdorf is known for party pretty much. It's kind of a brutal, kind of heavy match. 1-2 is favored a lot, and of course the flex kind of thing, right? So we'll see how the teams utilize the T1s.
Right.
Um, just to kind of ping some of the spots, usually the teams from right around here see what the enemy does. In the south, it's a similar situation. This corner is favored, this corner is favored a lot. And of course, teams usually send a T1 or something like a passive scout into this corner or into the hill. 50, 100s get used a lot also double 5100 and
I think we'll see at least one T32, maybe two. Definitely 5100s. A lot of teams, I know in your experience and my experience, that we like to send those 5100s sometimes to the hill. I know in some of the challenges that I've had with Fusion, we've sent two 5100s to the hill along with an IS3 and kind of, took care of anything. Most teams don't like to put that many forces on the hill because it's kind of a risk, but it can be a great reward as well. So I think IS3s, 5100s, maybe a couple T32s, maybe some KV5s, the elusive KV5 that a lot of people would like to have in their garage.
so guys, a real quick mic test. Can you guys hear me? Because cutting out.
Guys in chat, can you hear Soviet? What about myself?
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. How about now? 1, 2, 3, guys.
Up, 100% on me, and you're better.
Awesome.
Yay.
Awesome, guys. Perfect. Thank you very much. So this is actually why we're doing this, to make sure that we are perfectly set up for the future streams. You can see the graphics they still need a little bit of work. Kind of threw this together right after our tank talk, and hopefully we'll improve it and make it even better. So we're going to get ready for the action here. Let's go into our game now and get ready for some fun. Okay, so giving the guys the green light. Here we go. Himmelsdorf. Forge brings two 5100s, two IS3s, and sorry, not Forge. Fulcrum Gaming. Fulcrum Gaming brings two 5100s, two IS3s, T32, and one T1. It looks like one of the members dropped out. Maybe Relics wasn't ready. What do you see on Team Fusion?
For Fusion, we've got double 5100s, double IS3s. Looks like MacD's bringing the Super Persh, bringing it back old school.
Oh,
We definitely need to restart here. It looks like Relics, Grandpa Relics maybe forgot his glasses and his Geritol. So maybe we got to just jump out here and just have everybody exit out, I guess. I don't.
so, yep, we are gonna restart, guys. Let's restart, and technical issues continue.
Hey, Soviet, guess what? It's not us with the technical issues, though. Hey.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So, good stuff. Um,
Looks like Fusion is claiming a victory here. They're saying that they win because they made Fulcrum quit. But that's definitely not the case. Just a miscommunication there, and fired up the match before everybody was ready. Again, we've seen that in live tournaments as well. Where they need to restart, and that's why they have the refs at the live events and things like that.
yeah, it definitely happens. Teams sometimes forget. Let's switch back to us. Teams sometimes forget to flip sides. For example, flip the lineups as well. For example, at South by Southwest, we saw refs not aware of the button that you can just flip the team, so they were dragging us around. One of us was stuck on the opposite team, so it happens. It happens, and it of course even us players doing this for the first time, we're bound to have some issues here.
Exactly. Looks like you just have to hit battle, get back in there, and it looks like Fusion's now changing some things for some reason.
All right, one
You need,
second.
yeah, just need your observer count back in. Yep, good to go. All right, and we're just waiting on MacD, it looks like.
And they are saying 5 minutes. Need more. Okay, well we're just waiting. Sorry, the map keeps disappearing, guys. So Himmelsdorf is a popular map for like a lot of finals and stuff because as we spoke on just recently on Tank Talk, Negatron prefers Himmelsdorf because it's more a skill on skill type of game. What do you think, Bar?
Absolutely. I mean, where the thing that I love about Tier 8 and the thing that I don't like about Tier 8 is those bounces that happen or those pen no damage is on especially maps like Himmelsdorf where those shots where skill on skill, where player on player is going to count. When you've got tanks that get that one or two bounces from that 5100, that could cost you. I mean, especially when you're in tight quarters and you can't get away. Fortunately, Himmelsdorf, if you play it right, there's a lot of teams that are really good about getting in there, getting their clips off with the 5100s, and then driving away. It's definitely, I agree 100% with Nagatron on that with skill v skill.
So, as Bar was saying, definitely have to make shots with your autoloaders. That's one missed shot can cost your team a victory. Really, that damage from the 5100, you can do 1800 damage with full clip if you roll average hits, and one bounce of that. And you just didn't kill a tank that's now reloading and killing your team. Very important for autoloaders to make sure they hit the weak spots, deny the angling on the tanks, and also tracking. Tracking on Himmelsdorf is actually very important because you track a tank on the corner, keep him busy. I'm sorry, keep him stuck there, and your entire team is going to take him out of the game real fast. There's no way of sharing HP once you're tracked with your teammates. So. Can you let me know, please, when they're ready in chat, so
Absolutely.
that I'm
Absolutely.
because
Yeah.
I have the game minimized. We're still looking at the map, and another thing about the Himmelsdorf, there's a lot of metagame going on with the hill. The hill being kind of a secluded part of the map. It's kind of interesting. There's different kind of ways to play it. You can completely ignore it, but then risk having T1s from the enemy team slide into your base and put cap pressure on you. Or you can devote too much force to it. For example, some teams like to combine T1s with 5100s. To clear the hill first and then come off the hill and let the T1s do the work into the enemy base. interesting to see how they play. Usually, action actually begins with a hill in a lot of matches that I've seen.
Yep.
So we'll definitely pay attention to that.
I agree. Yeah, and I think we saw that a lot when you were over in China. We saw some teams go into the hill, and we saw some teams just skipping the hill. And a lot of the WCG matches, if I remember correctly, there was some people that really favored the hill, and some teams absolutely took advantage of that by just flanking in behind them and taking them out. Going back to the tracking thing, I wish uh, a lot more tracking would happen in pubs, which is a lot of people just want to get that damage shot. They want to get that damage shot. That's why platoon sometimes could be a bit overpowering in pubs, is because your platoon mate's like, hey, I got the track shot. I'll keep him there while you light him up. So huge, huge. Looks like we're ready to go again, Soviet.
All right, let's switch back here. 1 second, guys. All right, let's get this going. And for our first battle, we're going to be on Fulcrum side, and we're actually going to listen into their TeamSpeak here. Just 1 second, going to give them a plus here in TeamSpeak in game. And here we go. Let's listen in.
Microphone activate. Microphone
go middle. We'll have Relics go to F1.
Sounds like they're not discussing very much. They probably have the plan all set up.
Zero, I want you to poke the 8 line as soon as you get there. Actually,
yeah.
We can't hear them.
Bart, actually,
you go and you just do it.
Unmute yourself in TeamSpeak,
Try not to
Bart.
get hit, and then we'll go from there.
Oh, Roger.
We see a tank of substance there, then we push over the middle. We see a T1, then we can push the 8.
So here we go. Fulcrum is moving some tanks in the 8 line. Let's switch here to Jackie Rudo. He's going up the middle. This is an aggressive light coming up from him, kind of pushing to that fountain. Interesting move by Fulcrum. He can be exposed here, but at the same time, if he gets into these bushes, he's able to stay unlit from the 5 line.
That is a huge move by Jackie to get up that far into that kind of map control with that T1 sitting in that bush. It's going to be almost impossible for Fusion to light him where he is right now, especially from the 8 column. Probably not from the 3 either. Well, they can't get down the 3 anyways, because Fulcrum is up with their 5100s. They're pushing on the 8 column.
Yep, we're now looking at Friction here, and he's kind of leading the charge. Going through the middle of the map, they got lit by Conflict in a T1 on the 8 line. So it's going to be interesting how Team Fusion reacts right now.
Yep, looks like their Fulcrum is sending their other T1 up the 1 line right now, which is huge, because if they can get behind and figure out exactly where those... Oh, here we go. Here's where the action starts. We've got an IS-3 from Fusion that looks like he can potentially get isolated here. This could be very bad for Fusion if they take advantage of this.
Yeah, here we go. 2 IS-3 Spencer. First shots exchanged. Friction down to 1,000 hit points, and Swollen. Sorry, Chevelle is down to 72% here.
Yep, it looks like they've got him in a good cross shot with MacD behind him. Oh, there
Chevelle goes down.
Yep.
2 5100s for Fulcrum are taking out the other IS-3. Meanwhile, the Super Pershing from Fusion is taking pot shots at the back of the IS-3 and T-32 for Fulcrum. There goes Zero. And now Friction.
Mac should have Friction here with that Super Persh. He should take him out. That was interesting, that exchange. I don't know that it was necessarily worth it. Looks like Friction got lit on fire with that shot from Mac. Auto fire extinguisher kits will save your life.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Friction's still alive though. Mac wasn't able to finish him off.
Nope, and Mac's gonna go down.
There he goes, there he goes, but a little late for Mac, and now he goes down. Interesting, let's see what's going on though on the other side of the map here. Switching back to Jackie Rudo and T1. Conflict is making a run for the base, but Jackie's trying to intercept them. 2 T1s from Team Fusion now.
Those 2 T1s from Fusion have got to get on Jackie right now. I mean, they've got the advantage. Oh, a couple bounces from Jackie on the side with those autocannons. Looks like if Fusion can force a cap and bring them back, set them up, Fulcrum is coming back to stop this cap. Jackie's just going to try and light them. He's just sitting back. He's down, but...
Meanwhile, Hugo is actually facing off against 2 5100s here at the fountain. They're going to be able to drop him here. There he goes down. Now 2 5100s left from Fulcrum and 1 T1. Fusion is actually up in tanks, and Fusion is capping.
Yep, they sure are. They got the... Whoop, there goes the reset on the cap. However, let's see what's Relic's doing here. He's sitting back.
Negatron takes out both T1s. They were capping the Fulcrum's base. Now Antonio and Negatron are in a position where they have to kind of reload, bunker up together, and see what Fusion does next.
Yeah, Fulcrum does have the hit point advantage here with those 5100s, and Negatron absolutely is a beast in that 5100, as well as Plated's really good, and so is Talid. So this should be very interesting. But I do think Fulcrum's got the hit point advantage here, and they should be able to pull this out. They have to reset that cap. I mean, they got 40 seconds left on the cap. Relics does pull off the cap here.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Fulcrum is not supporting Relics, because right now probably for Fusion, one of the main goals is to actually kill Relics, and there he goes. He's about to go down. Plated is coming after him. Relics is actually utilizing that little garage in the building, and that's actually got me saved a couple of times in fights. A lot of teams don't know about this spot here. Let's see if Fusion is actually going to push it. Oh, never mind. Fulcrum reinforces Relics, so now Relics is kind of like a bait. If Relics eats a shot, that's a huge advantage.
That's a huge advantage. You don't want to waste a shot on a T1 here. Yeah, see, you just Talid wasted a shot on the T1. You absolutely do not want to do that. There goes Talid, and Plated should be mincemeat here. That was a great battle. Good job. Wow.
Great. Yeah, very close battle there. Fulcrum down, both teams actually down to only autoloaders and T1s, and you saw that strategic play with T1s happen, and a lot of players ask, a lot of people ask why T1s, why they're used in battles in the first place, but that's those 2 points. When you're using all heavy tanks, all tier 8s, you are left with 2 points, so 40 points, and then 2 points for the T1s, and T1s are the best spotters and have some of the and they're quick, so they can get into position really quick. Let me adjust my stuff real quick here, guys. I just switched into this account, and I need to make sure that it's a little easier for you to see what is going on, and for me to see what's going on. So 1 second, please.
Again, we're going to flip over. So Friction's going to move us on over to the Fusion side. Actually, we're gonna listen in on them in just a bit here when they get going. We should have this going in just a few moments here as soon as Soviet gets his settings all set. Again, we just got these observer accounts. Thank you, Farquad. Appreciate it. Makes the casting very easy. Hopefully, we'll get the fly out feature at some point here. I think it's just a matter of us setting them up. Again, this was kind of last minute. We're throwing this together, trying to share this with the community, get you guys involved in the esports aspect of things, because it really is exciting. As you could see by a Himmelsdorf match, I mean, that could have gone either way. And it's one of those things that we hope that the community gets more involved in. We need a lot more teams. We need a lot more tank companies and things like that. It's over in Russia and in Europe, huge. Tanks are huge. I mean, you're looking at, I think when I heard, when folks were at Eurosteel, you had 200 absolute tank companies up at a time. That's unheard of in the States. We barely have, we have to, all coordinate it and get everybody in there and watching it. So, yeah.
The point of this and everything that we do is to grow the community, and hopefully a lot of teams will form and join the league. That's a big move by Wargaming, dropping that cash, really, and that nothing motivates people better than ability to make money, right? So looking forward to it, looking forward to the league.
Show me the money. Show me the money.
That starts tomorrow and Saturday. First battles in the league. We are looking forward to having a good start, and I'm sure Team Fusion is as well.
Yeah, we're looking forward to beating yes, we're looking to get a good start tomorrow. I think, we play a Red Sky team tomorrow. I'm not sure who y'all play tomorrow night, but should be good, should be interesting, a lot of fun. Again, the point system, for those that don't know, if you're unfamiliar with the Pro League and the international rules, it is a 7-tank, 42 points. So essentially, you can pick up to tier 8. So within that 42 points, you have to pick the tier 8s or below. A lot of teams on the city maps, they're going to bring as many tier 8 heavies as they can and complement them with the T1s. As you saw, a lot of people, oh, T1s, what's that about? Well, T1s, they can get in there, they could spot you, they could be super annoying, and I've seen them take out several 5100s because they can pen with their gold rounds. we saw it at South by Southwest. We saw, I think it was Blue Boy's captain, or it was Crimson. Either one of the two got taken out by F-Zero with the autocannon on that T1. I think
Yeah.
they're just about ready to go here.
Yeah, let's switch back into the game here, and we are now on Team Fusion's side. I'm actually still in TeamSpeak. Bara, I see that you're not. We'll listen in to them. I'll kind of comment on what's going on, just so that the audience knows. And then, of course, there was a request to introduce players. We'll do that right after this battle, guys.
And they are here.
Conflict is leading this team right now, so we will be hearing his voice. Let's see what the orders are for the first initial moves here.
All right, let's get the hundreds pushing up there. Unless
That's
we
actually
see contact down low.
Oh, sorry. Yep, Chev. It sounds like Chev is making the calls right now.
Man, need you on the 8 line. I'm sorry, I don't think the map tactic's correct.
Team
That's
Fusion
my
looks to
fault,
be
sorry.
pushing two 5100s and a T1 up into the hill. Those T5100s, two 5100s will clear the path for the T1.
Absolutely. Yep.
Radio Cunningham. Pretty good window.
Let's say to
Zero
take
already
that
lifted
corner.
Fusion.
He's got a little bit better tank for it.
Good call there. Plated is actually taking the hull down position so that he can shoot down the 3 line.
Are you pushing all the way up the hill, Chef?
Yeah, if you can wait for the conflict to get up there,
Yeah, it's on my
let him lead. He'll at least take a shell.
Let's quickly change back to the hill and see what's going on here. Swollen and
Very
Talon
good bait, yo.
are now all the way up the hill. They're checking what's going on.
Fried shrimp, boiled shrimp, T1 shrimp.
Team
Alright,
Fusion
back up
having
here,
a little bit
Plated.
of fun.
As always. So it looks like they're going to take out one of those T1s right away.
Hill needs
to
Absolutely.
push now.
Hill needs to
Nemesis
push.
is pretty
Come
deadly on
down
that
the other
T1.
side.
Looks like they're going to get the other T1 here. Oh, nope. There goes Relics just took out Nemesis. Oh,
Wow.
they're-
A lot of action happening here on the 3 line. Fusion gets pincered by both two 5100s and IS-3s. So huge overmatch here. They anticipated that push, I guess, by Fusion onto the hill, and now they had a
Absolutely.
huge mismatch.
They're paying for that. See, so here's what we talked about earlier, Soviet, is when you were talking about when you push to the hill, it is a risk and a reward. You severely, you could severely cripple your team, especially when they were spread out. They were spread out so far on the 3 line, and they had the 250-100s up on the hill. They're just way out of position. Typically, what I would do in this situation is I would probably push up the 8 line or hide your tanks back and keep them there with those 50-100s, clear the hill, make sure it's okay, don't leave your other tanks out of position, and then get back into it.
Yeah, it looked like that's what Fusion was going for, but they kind of hesitated. They stayed on the hill, in my opinion, a little too long, and they just didn't have enough time to come back. And now they find themselves capped out. The enemy base goes down, and that's it. That's 2-0 Fulcrum at this point. Great matches so far. We saw a very dynamic game in the beginning, and of course here it was just a huge overmatch in that 2-3 line. Let's change back to here to map tactic and kind of show you what went wrong. So Fusion kind of put 3 tanks here on this G3 corner, and then 2 5100s up top with a T1, and these 5100s kind of came up here, saw that the hill is clear, but they hesitated from going back down, and that cost them a lot, because Fulcrum realized that they have a huge overmatch on these tanks. Pincered the 2 5100s came from the back side, and then 2 IS-3s and a 32 came in from the front, and that was just a quick fight. We barely caught the end of it too, and those 3 tanks just evaporated.
Absolutely, yeah, that happened so quick. And again, with with Himmelsdorf, it's such a small map that you can get out capped. I mean, I've seen it happen in a Claymores battle when you've got 15 tanks going at it. I've absolutely seen a team bring a whole bunch of IS-7s and rush them right up, get on the cap, and they box them all in. And really, you can get back, but good luck getting to that armor. With this format, with it being so small, it's a lot harder to get back and stop a cap when they've got all their tanks on there. I think Fusion at the end were there, knew they got caught with their pants down, and you know, just kind of just sat back and was like, well, we can't do anything here. They're just going to cap us out.
So that was more of a tactical win there. A lot of
Absolutely.
times. Yeah, a lot of times teams either lose tactically because just the tactic itself is at fault. Initial positions, initial decisions cause that, and then of course there's the fight in the first fight. I think was more actual tanking, maybe. Poor focus fire or maybe poor decisions once the fight began cost a lot of losses there for both teams actually, and they ended up going down to 2 tanks each.
Yeah, I think one of the things that you know as well as anybody else is when with this format you cannot afford to let any of your tanks get isolated unless it's a T1, and even then sometimes you don't want that to happen. But definitely spacing your tanks out in this format is huge. We want to make sure that you cover each other basically. So oh, we got the wrong map up. What are we on? Mines.
Steps up next, as far as I know. Could you make sure that they're all set up there in the game?
They are set up for mines in the game. So,
okay, well, let's do mines then. That's fine. Let's talk about mines real quick before going in. Mines is a very kind of dynamic map. I mean, it's you have the hill in the middle here. Always becomes kind of a center of attention for a lot of teams. But when teams realize that they don't have a good spawn, for example, for it, or that they're disadvantaged in a lineup, they'll cancel going hill and set up. For example, northern teams like to take this position in the one line. Southern teams like to kind of set up here on the around the base of the hill, and then it becomes a really kind of a tactical game to see who gets the initial advantage. One thing that changed with physics is there's a lot of new ways to get on the hill. For example, teams can push up here, if they don't go up through the conventional way,
as well as get off the hill too. People tend to forget that as well. Like I know in a lot of the golden the Russian league, they take advantage of that. They get on that hill, light everything, and then drive right off the back if they feel like they're going to get taken out. So physics has definitely introduced a huge dynamic to this game, which is it's pretty incredible, especially in a tournament format. I learn things every day watching film on people. Different places where you can get up where you didn't think you could get up. You know, that's why I encourage a lot of people, watch film, watch some of these pro teams, because they spend hours and hours on these maps, picking them apart, finding out the spots where they can camp, the bushes they can camp, the rocks they can climb over, the rocks they can't climb over, etc., etc.
Let's take a look if the teams are ready here. Okay, so we are back on Fulcrum side. On mines. Let's quickly run through the players real quick. I saw that there was a request to introduce Friction, Nagatron. They're kind of 2 captains on the team. Always a very good dynamic going between the two, always kind of checking each other in the battle. Antonio Handsome, our player from Spain. Very good player, arty player. Oftentimes he is put on arty. Hugo Maximus, you probably seen him in our streams. Likes to kind of YOLO a little bit. Very kind of aggressive player, unorthodox play style, but very good and deadly. Jackie Rudo on Bison for this matchup. Relics on Sturmpanzer 2. Relics is our dedicated arty player. Jackie is his backup, and then of course Absolute Royal, a deadly scout, T50-2. That T50-2 is going to be very interesting. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on him. Now, talk about Team Fusion, Bar.
Well, Team Fusion, we're a new team. We kind of a brainchild of mine to get another competitive team for some of the top teams. Hopefully, we're gonna put on a good show in some of the tournaments. Our first outing, we finished second place in the skirmish and third place in the recent challenge. But starting at the top in an IS3 is Comrade Swollen. Swollen is a great heavy player, really good medium player. Mac Diesel, all around awesome player, one of our battle callers in Forge. Talid is a new addition to Forge. I've known him for about 10 years now. I played a lot of MMOs with him. He is really good in medium tanks. I think that's where he shines the most. He'll be running the T1. We've got Mr. Derp himself, Conflict, who is running a Wheezy 132, which we found are absolutely incredibles. Light tanks for their tier. Plated Mega FTW. He is a transplant from G. Of course, Conflict is from G. This is kind of a mixed team, and that's why we call it Fusion. It's G players, Forge players fused together. Get it? Funny, I know. And then we've got, again, Plated is an amazing 5100 driver, probably one of the best I've seen personally. Chevelle, same thing. He's another Forge guy. He's running the 5100, great 5100 player, great IS3 driver. Nemesis 79 is running up a T1 who is probably, again, here's the thing with the T1s, they're amazing. He's a great driver. He's also a good IS3 driver.
Okay, all right. Well, we're all ready to go. Let's tell the guys to go. We're on Fulcrum side again, and we will be listening into their initial orders. So it looks like Friction is calling it right now, so his voice is what you'll be hearing here right now. Here we go.
They're probably just going to push over a minute.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're just going to rush us, so let's try to stay together so that we can...
Oh lord, Hugo, go to A4. I'll prepare my body at D5. I'll make all my shot counts.
Alright, both
I got the one line.
1390s... No. Both 1390s might as well take the hill. We don't need to do the hill push with the T50-2 then. We'll have him go out water, I would say. And then...
Where are you posted, Jackie?
B2.
You guys just need to be out of line of sight. Doesn't even matter if you get spotted.
I'm switching character to Absolute Roller right away just to see what he does with the scout. We're still listening to TeamSpeak.
I would say just get ready to shoot middle in case they try to come
Please don't
right
let
away.
me die. WZ will take hill and everything else goes straight over. That's my guess. The WZ is not going to make it faster than the 1390.
5100.
All right, we're off their TeamSpeak now. Let's initial positions taken. Friction is pushing into the hill. Conflict there as well.
Oh, looks like we've got some serious action up here. That Wheezy may go down. 2 1390s on that Wheezy are going to take him down really easy. Everybody that's familiar with auto loaders know that 1390, look, and like I said, just true to form, there goes the Wheezy off the back of the hill. He got up there, realized the situation was not in his favor, and drove off the back of it.
Great recognition there by Conflict that he was outnumbered. No point in staying. Now he was able to save that tank, and who knows, maybe that will save them the game.
Now, one of the things that a lot of teams don't like to do is they do not like to take the hill. Me personally, especially when you have Royal just took out Talid in his T1, and Royal is driving like the wheels are on fire on that T50-2.
Royal though is going to go down. Look at this. He's out in the water and he's open. WZ132 finishes him off. So that was a costly exchange. T1 for a T50-2. I don't know. Let's see what happens now. Fusion is actually running a somewhat unorthodox setup for mines. Very heavy. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm not sure why they did that. It's interesting. Normally, probably why they're not running anything arty is because I'm not there. I typically either run the arty or we'll have Jones run arty. So maybe we didn't have anybody that was comfortable running any arty. Again, it's one of the things where you're missing one of the battle callers and one of the guys that runs a pretty key component to your team. So why they ran that, I'm not sure. It should work. I mean, I hope they give respect to that Sturmpanzer II and the Bison, because as we've seen in some of the pro leagues, a lot of teams are going with this exact lineup that Fulcrum is running. And that Bison and that Sturmpanzer II can put in a lot of work with heat rounds on these tanks for sure.
Yeah, let's check out their positions here. Jackie behind this little hill. No line of sight for him, even if they come through the middle. But Fulcrum is exposed from the village in the 8-9 line. That could be costly if the WZ. The only thing is, Fusion is actually lacking light tanks, so they can't really actively scout other than the T1 and WZ-131. They're down eyes, and while Fulcrum is a lot more mobile here. Here we see a move from Friction.
Check out Friction. Friction's going to go to the island here. He's going to try and light up Chevelle, who's sitting behind that rock, holding back.
Oh, Conflict is here on the island. Let's see this exchange here.
This should be very interesting to see what goes down with that Wheezy in the 1390, because now Friction cannot afford to poke around and take any hits, and neither can Conflict. But it looks like Conflict's going to go for it anyways. What is he doing? He's gonna go down. That's what a silly.
Yeah, we saw that Artie land 2 shots on him, and Friction also landed 1 more shot. Kind of a costly exchange there. Conflict driving out into the open for Artie fire.
Absolutely. Not only was he driving out for, in the open for Artie fire, but geez, that 1390 had a lot of shells left. He was, he doesn't shoot faster than a 1390 with an autoloader.
So now we can see that there's a kind of a triangle established by Fulcrum. 2 heavies from Fusion are in the 4 line behind rocks. Nagatron here is looking for that poke from Chevelle. Let's see who pushes the action here. Right now Fusion is definitely in defensive mode, losing that WZ-132.
Absolutely. And one of the other things that was interesting when you were talking about the heavies that were sitting on the back of the hill there. See, now he's going for a spot on Chevelle. He got it, making sure he's still there. If those heavies pull out and try to flex in behind him, they leave Chevelle isolated, and they could just drive in and kill him. So they're very well up. I think Friction's got shots. Or is that Artie?
I think that was Friction and Artie. Artie is Artie repositioned. Nagatron finishes off Chevelle. Fusion is now down a lot of tanks.
They're in a lot of trouble here. Friction can basically run that 1 line if he chooses to, but he's playing pretty safe, which is great. Again, you'll see some of the strategy here. Looks like Fusion's going to try and get in there up on the hill and just try and get this over with. I think they realize that they are definitely stuck.
There goes Plated, finished off by that Bison. Bison is a deadly tank on this map.
Absolutely.
This map is small, so the Bison is actually able to hit most of it without repositioning. Now Fulcrum is up a lot. It's just cleanup time.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, when you've got a player like Jackie and Relics on...
Let's take a quick look here. Sorry to interrupt. T1 is going after Jackie here. Interesting matchup here. T1 taking pot shots at Jackie. Let's see if this is... Oh, Jackie misses.
Jackie missed. This T1 should be able to get knocked out by Relics here. We'll see. Or Jackie might be reloaded and get him out.
Meanwhile, Fulcrum finishes off the last heavy tank. Swollen goes down. Pretty much a swarm. Oh, there goes Jackie, but Relics takes out Nemesis, and that's a game. 3-0 Fulcrum. But this is an open match. This is more like a friendly, show match for us to practice our casting, to talk about this, make sure all our technical issues are out for the future. And the future is seems to be bright. We will be we'll be casting the Berlin Challenge, right?
Yes, sir, we sure will. And that happens on Monday, just so you guys are aware of that. I believe it's, what is it, the 10:30 Eastern? Is that one, or 9:30 Eastern? I can't quite remember. I'll have to look at the schedule again. But we'll definitely put up some signs. I think Caleb, Lord Farquaad, was talking about putting it up on the portal so that everybody's aware of it. And, you can check us out and give us some feedback here, guys. This is, like I said, a dry run. And we appreciate Fusion and Fulcrum taking the time on such short notice to kind of help us out and let Soviet and I, try our hand at casting and maybe making it exciting for you guys. And if we're not, sorry, if whatever we can do to make it better for you guys, let us know. Absolutely.
Yeah, and if you guys are just joining, so this is an open scrimmage. Both teams kind of agreed for us to sneak into their TeamSpeaks cast it for you, so it's all public, and you can see how these captains and teams execute their strategies, how they communicate, and it kind of shows you where we are in North America in terms of esports. I think the future for us is bright in terms of these two teams. They're amazing. They are dedicated, and that's what it takes. It just takes a lot of dedication, a lot of time, but it pays off. Let's see if the teams are ready. Are they?
Looks like Plated's offline. I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm kind of asking. Maybe I'll jump over to their TeamSpeak and just see what's going on really quickly. Not sure if he's having some technical issues or what.
Okay.
Oh, he did. He DC'd. Okay. Looks like he's getting back in. Again, one of the things with map tactic, if you wanted to take a look at that, one of the things that a lot of teams neglect to do is take that hill in the middle. I know there's, like I was saying, when that action kind of got hot and we got involved elsewhere, but that hill is super important in my opinion, especially if you've got arty. You never ever want to give up that hill if you've got an arty advantage, because teams can poke and look and spot. I mean, it's such a small map that you can get lit up from the cap, from the ledges in the back and whatnot. So
yeah, and what I think happened there was Fulcrum saw that Fusion is running a very heavy setup. That means that they weren't going for the hill. The WZ-132 was the only tank that went there, and it almost cost him his life. So Conflict recognized that he was outnumbered. The 1390s are, very deadly with those clips. If they were to track him on that hill, he would have been dead in no time. He was able to evade them, get off the hill, slide off the hill with the physics as we talked about, and Fulcrum took control. And then it was just a matter of a little bit of meta game going on there, trying to get angles with the arty, trying to take advantage of the mobility, and Fusion kind of using those heavy tanks kind of got locked into this area here on the southern side of the hill, and arty repositioned to this area here, C1, and
they basically they cross-fired shots with the arty. Arty was, had full reign on Chevelle sitting behind that rock. And that's what you get when you're fighting a high caliber team like Fulcrum. They know where to move, where to hit you, and where to catch you. They're waiting for you to make a mistake so they can capitalize. And it's good to see that kind of play happen, so that people can go, wow, maybe we need to do that. Maybe we need to be a little bit more flexible in our strategies and not run this, rigid strat. One thing that I noticed that Fulcrum's really good at is when they sense a weakness or blood in the water, if you will, they go in and grab it, like that hill exchange. Like they knew, okay, they're heavy. Okay, look, they've only sent a Wheezy to the hill. Let's take that hill away from them. I can guarantee you that if Fusion was able to get a bunch more tanks up there on that hill, they would have, Fulcrum would have backed down and let them take it. One of the interesting things that we found out in one of the skirmishes lately was when you park your tanks, are we in the, if you could show that map one more time. Are they ready to go?
Sure. Well, I'm just waiting for them. I told them the green light, but here, let's look at the map here.
Okay, so just one thing really quick with the map, just so I can show you what if Fusion would have done this. We discovered that if you pull out here when you don't have arty, we just recently participated in a skirmish that didn't have a lot of arty in it. You can pull up into here and absolutely murder people that come up here. You track them, get them caught, and just wipe them out.
Yep.
So
let's go back to the action here. The game is starting. I hear the countdown. Let's listen in.
We're going to get up there, we're going to show it the hill, and then we're going to push the IS-3s around.
If your camo is really good, Tyler, you can get that little bush there in the water and you'll be seen. If you got good camo and a camo net.
In the water?
In that bush in the water.
52's gonna spot me, he's gonna make his loot.
He has to get within 50 meters of you.
Looking at Chevelle here pushing up.
I'm going to try to get out wide to have vision on anything that might come around.
Yeah, again, guys, one of the tough things, I know people are
push on the island?
Are looking at this like, why is Fusion playing like this? Why are they doing like that? What? You have to understand that I'm one of the main battle callers, and Jones is one of the other battle callers, so these guys are kind of running on their own right now.
And we're off TeamSpeak now. So we see Chevelle is pushing up, kind of aggressive here in the open. If he gets lit, Arty might have shots on him. Let's see. Meanwhile, already a shot on Donkey. Donkey is lit. 1390s from T69 from Fulcrum are taking shots at him. Chevelle taking shots from the T69 as well. Another 1390.
It looks like a T1. T1 is banging him from the... Oh, no. It was Absolute Royal was up on the hill. Looks like Fusion did not see that Royal had gotten up on the hill. He got off 2 shots in the rear of Donkey there, and then just drove off the back of the hill like we talked about. Now, here could be some trouble for Fusion. Did you notice that those 2 1390s are wrapping around the city right now, where one of the... Nemesis, the Fusion T1 is going.
Yeah.
They're getting really aggressive on the hill here.
Let's Yeah, Fusion decided to go all the way in. One thing to remember, though, is Fulcrum is very autoloader heavy, so once they dump their shots, they are reloading. So maybe Fusion is trying to take advantage of that reload time. Let's see what Mac is doing. Mac is taking shots at Hugo. Hugo is down to 400 hit points.
I'm not sure that exchange was worth it. It might have been. However, yeah, see, Mac just got hit and bounced one of those Bisons. That's the other part. Ooh, that's a tough shot. Ooh, another shot there.
Donkey's going down. That's just brutal.
Yep, and he didn't even spot Nagatron.
That's just brutal. They're already arcing in shots behind this rock. They thought they were safe, but that's Sturmpanzer 2, and yeah, well, that Sturmpanzer 2 is very tricky in arc.
Absolutely, yeah. I think they're not taking advantage of that autoloader situation. Here they go to wrap around the hill a bit. With Fusion is trying to wrap around the back of the hill and maybe create some sort of tank on tank advantage with a pincer. But again, here they go. They've spread out a bit. They've got a full. Whoa, that's a nice hit from Mac Diesel there on the hill. He's probably going to get knocked out here by Antonio in that 1390.
Yeah, they're pushing Mac Diesel now. They know that Mac Diesel can shoot once every so often, while Antonio has a full. Ooh, not a lucky.
Antonio bounce. I think he's going to get knocked out here. Oh, there we go. Antonio's
no,
last
he
shot
got
to come
him.
out. Absolutely.
That's always a very
huge.
heart-clinching moment where you track an enemy instead of doing damage to him, and that was your last shot. It's like, uh-oh, what do I do now? But Antonio had one more shot to finish him off. Let's see, meanwhile, what Fusion is doing now. They're kind of backing up. Swollen is here in the 8 line, exposed, but they did take out the Arty, so no more Arty for Fulcrum. Interesting position.
This could go their way if they play this smart. They get a full hit point Wheezy with Conflict as long as he doesn't get derpy and get in. And Swollen's in an IS-3 and pretty good hit points here.
Friction pushing into the 8 line.
Yep, he's getting aggressive on the 8 line. Friction is. Swollen could be in trouble here if he doesn't have the backup from Chevelle. Chevelle's got to step up and help and support Swollen here. And it looks like he is. It looks like he recognizes that. Now here's the problem. Friction is going to flank them. And Swollen could be in some serious trouble here because he's playing footsie with the. Oh, there we go. We got Antonio on the hill.
Antonio finishes off Chevelle from the hill. It's a full pincer on them. Friction commits, makes the Swollen make a decision which way to face. Looks like he's. That's it.
Absolutely, this is going to be all she wrote. They got caught again. I don't necessarily think that. Them going to the hill and taking those unnecessary shots was worth it. I think they should have just left the hill alone, realized that the 50-2 was probably already up there. I don't think they thought that. I don't think they knew that Royal had gotten up on the hill.
Down.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Again, they're going to give me a lot of crap after this because they don't have the main caller, which is me or Jones, calling the strategies, and it does help. I mean, there's a lot of confusion there. Again, I really appreciate these guys doing it on short notice without a caller. So in the future they'll have me there to kind of help out and call the battles because it's huge. And as well as I do, Soviet, that in the heat of a battle, when you've got a cool-headed commander that can go, okay, here's where we're at, let's reassess this is what I want. And he's very decisive and tells everybody where to go, and usually you can snake out a win with a good commander and some player skills. So we have switched to steps now, so we can swap that map out on Map Tactic. Yep. Again, for those of you who don't know, Map Tactic, great tool. We use it in Clan Wars. We use it for tourney planning. You just go to maptactic.com. Good friend of mine, Flamino Gilbert, is the creator. It's an amazing tool that we use. We dropped ATC a while ago because it just gave us a lot of problems, and you're constantly having to reload the map and do that. This thing is just a web interface, and you get on and everybody can check it out and you share the link.
Let's quickly run through it. Steps is one of those open maps. I'm betting we'll see Arty from both teams. Yeah,
absolutely.
And it's going to be very dynamic in terms of 1390s, probably T69s, maybe some T50-2s are all popular for this map. I don't know. We'll see. Relics has been on point with his shots. Who's going to be the Arty player for Fusion?
You know, I'm not sure. It looks like they're going to put Nemesis in, and I've checked out Nemesis stats, and he's been wanting to step up and play some Artie. It looks like, I know you're still in the map tactic, and I'll tell you what they're doing. It looks like Fulcrum is going to bring a GW Panther, and so is Team Fusion. Nem is a great Artie player. We've tested him on Artie, and it's worked out pretty good. So this should be interesting. Hopefully they'll have some good shots with Artie. Again, this map here, I think, and I think you think, is all about map control and knowing where everybody is and just reacting to that.
Yeah, it becomes anticipation. I think a lot of skill goes into Sixth Sense. For example, Sixth Sense on this map is very important. You kind of
Huge.
You know when you get lit, and you kind of know where the enemy is. Even if the enemy is just using bush cover, even if you never light them, that gives you a lot of information about where the potentially the T1 is hiding, for example, or whether the full enemy force is there. If you're starting to receive shots, we'll see probably some initial Artie play, and I'll see. I honestly think this is going to be once a few shots are exchanged, they'll commit in, and we'll see a lot of autoloader fire there.
I think what we'll see, and I've seen in my personal experience, is you'll see a lot of action on this 8 column over here on Bravo Charlie 8 and Foxtrot Echo 8, and you'll see teams scout that out, see if anybody's going there. They usually use a light tank, almost a throwaway tank, if you will. Really, in this format, there's not really a throwaway, but if you're going to lose a tank doing some sort of scouting, you'd rather lose a T2 light tank or instead of a 1390 on that scout. And then you'll see a lot of teams react to that. Okay, we know they're not there. We've got our Artie in position. And typically on this map, you'll see a lot of teams position their Artie behind their pushing force so that Artie can move up and stay protected. This is a great map for that. You're going to see that a lot here. You're going to see Artie moving all over the map. I can guarantee it when pushes start to happen.
Yeah, and that's a good recognition there by Artie if they start moving, at the right time, at the right spot, to the right spot. Sorry, that's very something to see in an Artie player. They can't just be standing still and static in one spot, not getting good angles. Let's see if the teams are ready. I'm actually, yep.
Looks like they are good to go. Interesting lineup here from both teams.
So we're back on Fulcrum's side this time. We'll listen into their team speak again just to see their initial layout, initial commands.
Here's something interesting. They haven't started yet, but you can see Fusion's running a 5100. Typically, guys, we would not be doing that. One of our lineups here, I won't discuss. It's our new super secret lineup that we figured out works out really good for here. But we do have some subs on Fusion right now. Don Quixote is just kind of filling in because we're missing a bunch of players tonight. Mac Diesel isn't on Team Fusion, and again, he's filling in. So again, there's that team cohesion that happens. Fulcrum's been playing together for a long time. These guys know each other inside and out, and Soviet will tell you, sometimes they're when you're in a groove with your teammates, you're on the same page. You know where that guy's going to poke. You know where that guy's going to look. You know when he's going to fire and back out, so you've got that shot. So you're going to see a lot of, I guess, stepping on your own shoelaces here and tripping over yourselves with Fusion, because we got some subs in there, and again, the main battle card is not there. Again, we're getting ready to go. Looks like they're launching the battle Soviet.
Yep, let's switch back. So we're on Fulcrum. Let's listen in.
Something chases him like a T2, and then all three 1390s will go straight up into here, and then the WZ will come late. But what we want to do with the 1390s is run right along this ridge so we can go up or down depending on where they are.
T1, you're way out of place there, so I'm going to put you back here further.
I'll get boxes.
For the record, this is maximum YOLO, so like, no shame.
No,
this is
try to...
This is where we test. This is where we fuck around and see how crazy this stuff works. But with their 69 to 5100, they're going to get there so slow, we're going to steal the whole 1-2 from them. Almost guaranteed.
Looks like Fulcrum is planning here an aggressive move up the 1-2. Let's see what Absolute
I would say
is
almost
the
here
team.
on the downslope, because you don't need to worry about anything coming to spot you, but you do need to have the speed to get away. T1, that's a great spot right in there.
Yeah, I moved him over there.
Let's look at the T1 position here. Yep, Jackie's going to be left for lighting the base. Let's see.
Hugo, if you've got a finishing shot on anything, call
this
it.
This could be absolutely scary.
I'll just tee it.
This could be absolutely scary for Fusion because a
diesel.
lot of teams ignore this one call.
Okay,
we are now off TeamSpeak. Let's discuss. This is a very ballsy move by Fulcrum. Let's change.
Absolutely, they got lit by that T2 that was in the bush. They're gonna knock him out. Oh, he should have gone the other way. Drove right out. Yeah, he drove the wrong way. He should have just backed out of there. He drove right over in front of them. Unfortunately, it's a T2 light, so it's hard to get out. But they do know where Fulcrum's entire team is now, and Fulcrum does not know where Fusion's team is. It looks like Nemesis just took a shot on Antonio, bounced off that rock right in front of him. That would have probably, if it hadn't clipped that rock, that might have hit Antonio broadside in that 1390. And as you all know, with these French tanks, Artie does some serious damage to them. They're paper thin.
I'm going to switch to Absolute here. He's kind of trying to be more active with his lighting. That T2, very nimble tank, good use of 2 points. Meanwhile, Jackie's lighting the enemy team here, coming into Fulcrum's base. Fusion on the offensive.
Look how quickly Fulcrum reacts to seeing that. Did you see that? Immediately when they were lit, you see the Fulcrum, the 1390s, just turn around instantly and start racing back. I mean, you want to talk about a great reaction time. They just turned around, recognized it, they're going to get in there and try and team up. Let's see how Fusion does, though. They could get them here because they're out in the open exposed, and Fusion does have some good rock positions here. Oh, we got a tier 2 battle going on in the backfield. That should be interesting. And a Panzer 1C going up against a T2 Light. T2 Light Mac Diesel doesn't want any part of that apparently, and is just trying to drive away at this point. Boy, that action over at the cap, it's getting pretty heavy.
Yep. Antonio running in to finish up Chevelle. Chevelle is reloading. There goes Chevelle. Now Nagatron is in trouble here. He's down. Jackie and Friction are mixing it up. Jackie gets rammed in his T1.
Woo! Ram!
Hugo is in a very advantageous position here. He's kind of establishing a crossfire on Donkey. Donkey's on fire. He's burning. Oh, he put it out. Donkey goes down by Antonio. Antonio is still has shots.
Swollen went for the ram, got it because he's probably clipping. Now he recognizes that Antonio's clipping. Antonio's gonna play rope-a-dope around this rock here, which when you're an autoloader, I'm sure you have played that game before. Oh, and there's a huge shot from Relics right into the side of Swollen, and Swollen's tracked, and you can pretty much kiss him goodnight right here. I bet you, yeah, Royal got him with the pin. So see, guys, look at that. Little T2 light tank just took out a T69. So you saw that go down. Now, Nem, I'm pretty sure, is going to be over in the swale, I like to call it, on the 0 line, or he's actually probably pushed up all the way to like Alpha Bravo 9. I would think that when they light him, he'll be up probably at the top of the map because he followed that push in. Again, Mac having a little fun there saying, did we win? No, Mac, you lost. And I'm surprised the close one, guys, comment hasn't come out yet. But I bet you they'll find Nem all the way up in the Alpha 8, Alpha 9 area. At least they should. If again, because that's what we talked about with Artie following your push. You saw Relics. He pushed all the way up into J2.
There's the Artie.
And there's the Artie. I guess, well, hey, I was wrong. He stayed in the swale. Maybe he came back, for all I know. So he's still trying to run away. And again, they'll put somebody on the cap just to cap it out in case they're unable to kill. Oh, and there he goes.
Hugo finishes him off. Interesting match. And I actually made a mistake earlier. It's Panzer 1C that they're using. Absolute is using. I thought it was a T2 light. So my bad there.
No, that thing is crazy. Okay, so I've run those in junior tank companies, which Friday, junior tank companies, Pico's tank companies, if you want to check them out, I'm the caller. I think Rampage might call this week. But a lot of people bring those Panzer 1Cs, and they are fast and do a lot of damage when you pump out gold rounds with them.
So great game so far. Once again, guys, just keep in mind that this is open scrimmage between the two teams. They kind of went into it unexpectedly because me and Bar kind of wanted to practice our way of the Force and see how this works out. We actually threw all this together last second. And a lot of our assets, a lot of our streaming stuff is still, we're working on it. Please leave your feedback for us so that we can work out all the problems, all the issues, and improve for our actual casting of the Berlin Challenge.
Soviet, you have nice assets. I just want to say that right now for watching. You know what I'm saying.
Thank
hey,
you,
hey, girl, hey.
Let's see if.
one of the let me check in. If you want to leave the map up, I'll check up on these guys. They look like they're ready to go already. I think they just want to. I think Fusion at this point just wants to get. I think they just want to get it over with. There's some banter going on in the trading room chat about, hey, you guys ready for another challenging round? Coming from the Fusion guys. One thing we do like to do, and you guys, you got to keep this in mind. You got to have a little bit of fun with it. Don't get too frustrated with each other. You know, fledgling. Tournament teams, a lot of times they'll take one run, have a bad loss, and they blow apart. I see it happen with clans all the time. You know, clans that try to get on the map and they lose a bunch, and all of a sudden next week they're gone. And it's like, you got to work at it. This stuff for the Fulcrum guys, and Soviet would tell you, does not come easy. There's a lot of hours that are put into, and a lot of teamwork, a lot of 3-on-3s, a lot of, hey, let's go hit this map up. Let's just bring 3 1390s on each side, and we'll battle it out with each other. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into getting these up. You know, one thing that I'm really sad about, Soviet, is we have only seen one fire, and I couldn't say, he's leaking!
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm a little sad about
Only
that.
one fire so far, but I'm sure these teams are running automatic fire extinguishers, and that 10% chance, negative
so
10%.
You know what I'll get? He's and that's all I'll get. I won't even get the full. He's leaking out. So.
Let me know if they're ready.
They are ready to go.
Are we on Fusion's side this time?
We are on Team Fusion side this time. So let's see what they've got. Looks like they've dumped the Artie, and they're going for a full tank lineup here.
Okay, let's tell them that we're ready and see how this goes. Steps, once again, very dynamic map, open, lots of action from 1390s and Artie. Fusion this time decides to drop the Artie altogether, and that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Why you would drop an Artie on an open map like this, I have no idea, because really what happens is if they don't go YOLO straight in, and try to take them out, it's going to be trouble for them because they can't sit and play some sort of, hey, let's spot them out game.
Let's listen into Conflict and Team Fusion.
What's going to happen? You guys want to bait the right side or the left side?
Your mama's side, that's what.
We're going to bait the left side, so it'll be myself and the 5100. Let's go over here, show ourselves, pull back in, and the other tanks up on this ridge, like in the back. T1 over here, going deep, and one here.
Going deep.
It
so
sounds like
once they see us on the 2 line, they're going to come
He's not even on the team, and he's...
Yep,
yeah,
we're off their
team now. Yeah, MacD is actually calling that for Fusion, which is kind of funny. MacD's one of our battle callers in Forge, great battle caller. So they probably said, Mac, can you help us out? And since we don't have our main battle callers here, and give us something to work with, and let's make this respectable, because you know, really not keeping score, but Fusion is down 5-0 here. You know, I think they were hoping to at least take one from these guys, so hopefully they can make it respectable. Looks like they're stacking up on that 4-5 line, waiting. I don't know why. Maybe they're trying to set some sort of trap without their Artie. I don't know.
Yeah, Fusion brings a Super Pershing. That Super Pershing is a heavy tank. You see Talat is actually pushing him to go faster. It looks like they're trying to put him in the J2, K1, J1 area.
Yeah, look at that. So that Super Persh, we've tested it before. It's a medium, but like Soviet said, it's almost like a heavy tank with its armor. It's got crazy spaced armor. It can pen no damage like nothing else. It's crazy. Gold rounds even will pen that thing no damage or bounce. You'll get some weird stuff going on. Mac's really good in that. We've brought that before.
There goes Nemesis. Nemesis got rammed by Negatron. Negatron held all his shots and just rammed Nemesis once he got lit. I think Fulcrum knew that they were lit because of Sixth Sense, and they're just scoping the bushes, waiting for Nemesis to light up. Let's see. Fulcrum has all the 8-9, it looks like, and now Fusion is going to be in defensive mode.
Now here's the scary part for Fusion, like we talked about, with no Artie on this map. Relix is a great Artie player. He's going to reposition to hit these guys. There's one shot, so somebody got lit. Relix just took a pop shot at, looked like 70 Chevelle in his T69. They've got to be very reactive here. The one thing that I would look out for, and I know we can't see Fulcrum, is I bet you Fulcrum came down that 9 line, didn't see anything, pulled their tanks all the way out, and they're going to come figure out if they're in the one line, figure out where they are, and then just let Relics do the ground and pound on them.
Ooh, no, actually,
Yeah, they're
Negatron.
coming right up. Yep, coming right up. Whoa, on. Oh.
There goes Amarak on the T1 conflict. That was a one-shot kill anyway. Hugo takes that one. Let's.
And Fusion's not taking advantage of that solo 1390, sniping him out, nailing him. They're going to let him get that shot off, and Nagatron's going to just sit there and force his will on them. Now they've got no eyes whatsoever. So they are basically playing in a weird triangle in the corner without Artie. And I don't know why they didn't bring Artie. Maybe Nem wasn't comfortable with it. Maybe they want to try something different. They may be trying to draw them in and do some sort of push up the 1-2. Well, here we go. So now they're going to get lit.
Yeah, Absolute running in. Yeah, Absolute running with that, using that speed. He's a great scout player. They're just scoping to see what Fusion has in store for Fulcrum, and they'll make their decision on how to approach this little turtle. I guess that would be the best way to describe it.
And Donkey could get some shots on Nagatron here, but he's being careful. And you're going to see, oh, Relics just took another shot at 70 Chevelle, missed, hit a little berm in front of him. These guys are playing super... There goes Mac driving out into the open. This should be interesting. They got Antonio Handsome in the back of the cap. He's getting picked apart by Donkey on his 5100. Boy, Antonio is taking a beating from Donkey Odi.
Yeah, great shots by Donkey. That's a very small part of Antonio that's showing there because of that ridge.
And Donkey's in a great position, too, behind that rock. I don't think... You know, Relics is probably moving all the way up the 0 line right now, if I had to guess. Wouldn't you? That he'd be coming over to just make those shots behind that rock?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Talad is being engaged by WZ-132, Hugo Maximus. And now, though, Chevelle and Donkey are kind of separated from the fight. Let's see if Donkey is going to rejoin.
Yeah, looks like Fusion. If they were smart here, they could get in there and take these guys out. But they're content to try to trade shots, get ammo racks. Looks like yep, Talad just got ammo rack there. They did take the 1C out, but I think it's a little too late at this point. They've got full Artie support and pretty much full map control. So really, Antonio in the back of the cap's got to watch out for Donkey. You've got Hugo and his Wheezy taking some shots. There goes Hugo. Hugo goes down, but so does Talad and his. You've got Mac Diesel. Like I said, this super push could cause some problems for these guys. If Mac D gets in there and could take some shots up, there goes Mac D. He's going to turn and try and get on Nagatron. Friction and Nagatron got to be reloading by now, I would think. Nagatron's definitely reloading. Look at him. He's playing super passive.
I'm surprised no Artie shots that are very significant have come in yet. I don't know where Relics is. Where are your shots, Relics? Swollen coming in. He's going to have probably a full clip. He's going to be able to finish off Nagatron here. Great call by Fusion, going for Nagatron, low hit points and definitely reloading. Friction.
And they've got 56 seconds on the cap, so it's not really a big concern for them. They're not worried about it right now. Here's where Artie's going to come, you know, could make a potential difference. If Relics can bang out some of these shots on these guys, it could spell, oh, wow.
There goes Friction.
Yep, now they just need to reset the cap. I mean, they've got a 1390 on the cap that's at about 400, 500 hit points. A T1 now on the cap. Looks like they didn't break the crates on the cap. That's interesting. One thing that a lot of people you want to do is knock those crates down so that you can't have that T1 sitting there. He's just sitting there behind a crate. And Donkey's got to make a shot here, and he's missed all of his shots. They've got 18 seconds. There he goes.
There he goes. Finishes off the T1. Antonio is reloaded, going for Swollen, but Chevelle takes shots on him. There he goes.
Look at that. They get him down. This is amazing. What a turnaround. They camped it out and pulled Fulcrum into their trap, into the big giant jaws, and chomped them and spit them. No,
Relics,
really.
Relics bites back though, takes out Swollen, and there's 3 minutes left. Let's see what Relics comes up with. Maybe this could be a draw. Yeah.
No, maybe Relics could go into TD mode like he's known for and take out the rest of these tanks. But
yeah, exciting match.
It is exciting. I'm glad. It was a little bit boring in the when they were set up in the corner there, but now it looks like it's picking up a little bit. And we've got Donkey in the 5100. I'll tell you, Donkey made some crazy shots with that 5100 with Antonio peeking. He took 3 unnecessary shots. Had Antonio not taken those shots and been full hit point, this might be a little different story here, but you know.
Definitely agree. I definitely agree. Antonio was put out of the fight. That exchange there was not advantageous for Fulcrum. Tony was, you know, making a lot of shots, having to reclip. Here we go. Artie's. Let's see. Ooh, nice shot by Relics, but still not enough.
And there it goes, and that match is in the books. So they did manage to take one. I'm proud of these guys. So looks like Fulcrum did win most of the matches. They went 2-0 on Himmels, 2-0 on Mines, and they went 1-1 on Steps. I know Fulcrum was trying some crazy stuff. So again, guys, this is a scrim. This is for fun. This is just to showcase some of the esports stuff, the 742 Tier 8 stuff. Showcase a couple of the teams that are hoping to do well in the Pro League too. Again, short notice, so you know what you see here isn't necessarily going to reflect the gameplay that's going to happen in these tournaments.
Definitely, definitely, and it of course gave us some time with ourselves to practice what we're trying to do for the Berlin Challenge. Hopefully, we'll get some teams to give us permission to cast their matches in the Berlin Challenge, which is coming on Monday. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this. This was kind of our attempt to provide different type of, I guess, content on our channel. And also give a hand at casting. Thank you very much. Hopefully you'll provide some feedback for us, some criticism. We are learning. We appreciate anything, even if if it's something like Soviet is horrible. That's cool. That's cool. Anything works. Anything helps us improve. We appreciate it.
One other thing on when we actually do the Berlin casting, just to go over that really quickly. I know you're probably pressed for time. It's getting late. When we do the Berlin casting, guys, it's the Tier 10 challenge that's going on. I have a bunch of codes that Senior Lord Farquaad has dumped in my lap. So we'll have somebody in the stream throwing out codes. We got a bunch of mini-moss codes. It's like 350 gold, a mini-moss, and I think 3 days of premium. I do have a bunch of other codes that I'm working on getting as well. So we'll be tossing them out. I was going to try and toss them out tonight, but I'd like to save those for the live stream. Again, so we'll have somebody there throwing codes your way. Make sure you guys comment, like Soviet said. Make sure, let us know how we're doing. If we can, be more lively, talk more, talk less. Let us know if the TeamSpeak, if you want to hear what they're talking about in TeamSpeak, or if you don't. Stuff like that. It's definitely going to help us. Again, we're new at this. So, anyways, I thought it went pretty well.
Yeah, I thought, we definitely have some points to work on, and Dorjan, actually, thank you very much for coming on into our stream, providing some feedback on that. I saw it. I kind of saw it with with my chat here, but kind of was busy as well, so sorry for not replying right away. But thank you very much for coming on. Thank you, all of you that stuck around, watched us. It was a busy day for us. We started off with a test. We started off with an 8.5 test patch. Then, of course, the Tank Talk second episode. If you missed that, that's going to be up on our YouTube channel. Yeah, Dorjan, please do. I'll send you a message on our through Twitch if that's okay. Otherwise, yeah, as Bar was saying, we will be streaming on Monday. Next Monday is when the Berlin Challenge starts. The qualifying matches start. I think it's 9 p.m. Yes.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting cow. Moo!
Nice. So on Monday we will have the stream going, and we'll have it a little bit more organized. We'll work on our casting as well, and hopefully provide some more entertainment for you guys.
There should be something up on the portal. Caleb, Lord Farquaad, said he was going to put up something on the portal to let you know that we are casting and what time. It's Monday. If you look at the tournament page, we'll have it up there. And like I said, I'll let you guys know, what's going on. I try to interact with the community and try to make my ridiculous posts like about Forge Radio and all this stuff. So we really, 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 really appreciate you, and Cal really appreciates you being on there. And thanks a lot. Thanks for tuning in.
All right, guys. Heading offline. See